as well.
Yeah, and the heads-up battle was fun. It was just so fast-paced. And obviously ended up winning a pretty unlikely flip, 10-8 suited against Siva Dawah's 5s, getting 30 bigs in each. As well, Sean finds another big hand, queens in the hijack, 90,000. And well, Makita with 9s in the next seat. What do we like here, guys?
What are the blinds 40?
The big blind is 40K, yeah.
Makita's going to call.
That's what I would have said as well.
All right, let's see, Toby. Every time we say we get it wrong. So let's.
I do. I seem to get it wrong every single time.
Let's see if these guys can make Dan look silly as well. Makita does. Cool. Wow, Nick, ace king in the small blind. Some big hands clashing on this final table.
3-9.
What's that?
3-9.
He's going to re-raise, and Winter's going to mix it up between 4-bet and call. Winter plays pretty goofy relative to most no-limit players.
Right, okay.
Not necessarily even a bad way, but he plays differently.
A big 3-bet it is, 475. Obviously a function of being out of position and there being Makita in between who is flat.
The big size makes it hard to 4-bet not all in. It's a strong play. The downside is you make your price a lot worse. Like for a non-all-in 4-bet, like you can make it like 1.1, but it's fucking murky. Oh, should I not be swearing?
Well, look at this. He does go 1.1.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you can do it, and like queens is one of the hands that you can do it with. But
it's kind of surprising how quickly he did it there. Like it's. I mean, I know you guys obviously focus a lot on being balanced, not just in play, but in timing. But it seems that if he was going to make a bluff here, it would take a little bit more time to kind of think that one through.
Sean is very good at the live element, and that is someone who I wouldn't try to get in his head with that sort of thing.
Okay.
You feel like he balances that stuff out pretty well?
Not even necessarily balance. He's just a tricky guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's totally capable of just thinking like, okay.
Well, look at this. Nick moves all in. Sean calls, and we have a ginormous pot on the final table. 8.1 million chip flip. Well, Sean said it wouldn't take too long to get to 6. He called it himself. It won't take long to get to the final 6. He's going to hope he's wrong here, as he is at risk with those pocket queens. If he were to double up, would take a very commanding chip position here. Nick, of course, would be left with still 5 million, very comfortable. Well, queen in the window, pretty good start, and the queen behind it as well. There we go. That is the end of this one. Nick starts paying it out.
All my equity. Pretty sure I got all my equity back.
Easy game. Well, for one, I'm glad that it didn't get to the final 6 now, so we just got Dan in the booth. It'd be pretty short-lived stint with us.
3-5.
But guys, if you are watching and do want to fire any questions to Toby or Dan, please do
65.
put them in the chat. We'll try and answer what we can.
That's how this game works, right? Simple game.
And this is interesting that Tran raised here. Look at some big hands out there just calling them.
Well, I mean, they don't really want to go too crazy yet. It's early, and you don't want to be re-racing with hands like, especially hands like pocket eights. See? Look at that! Look at that! Oh, we have quads again.
And Helmut's got a flush
Oh my
draw.
god, what if he hits the flush? Do you think he's gonna get away like he did against Tom in the first heat?
Check.
I really have a feeling the spade is gonna hit. See?
Yeah.
Told you the spade is gonna hit.
Now Helmut, you remember he made an unbelievable fold the very first hand of his Premier League, making the flush against
Tom when he had
yeah.
full house, yeah.
Is Helmut going broke here, or is the pot too small for Helmut to go broke?
I really think it's going to be hard for Helmy to fold here, because this time he has a king-high flush, not a jack-high flush, and you know, he might not go broke now, since there was no bet on the turn, and even if he bets the river and someone races, it's not going to be all his tips.
Has Roland played this well so far?
I think he should have
overall?
bet the turn. He definitely should have bet the turn. I mean, you need to build a pot while you still can. There's only one card left to come.
yeah, I've heard a lot of
And
that.
if nobody bets the
like a lot
river,
of-
you might not even get more than 5,000 out of it or 10,000.
Unless you have jump in.
You have a lot of like fun party areas, like 60 beaches.
I guess. What does that matter?
Lots of areas that'll have. Yeah, I think I might be able to.
Raise to 37,000.
Yeah, I think that's a good raise on his part. If he put Helmy's all in there, I think there's a much better chance that he's gonna fold than if he just raises 37.
And
Because now Phil is gonna think he has chips left. He can still play if he's beat.
Oh boy.
He's getting put in a lot of tough spots, Phil, isn't
he really is. And I mean, is he capable of? We know he's capable of making big folds, but the way the action has gone in that, is he capable of folding this?
I don't know. Like it looks a lot like Roland has pocket fives here. The way the hand played out. Because I think if Roland had a flush, he would have bet the turn. And I think if he had an 8, he would have bet the turn as well. So, it's like, either he has a boat or quads,
Okay, guys,
or
give
he
me a
has
second,
nothing.
please.
I just want to point out, I mean, in the car coming over here on the way this evening, Helmuth and DeWolf were talking about a hand that DeWolf played where he made it a monster bluff on the river last Premier League with deuce 6 against Ian Fraser. And Phil was saying
I can beat.
that it was the stupidest.
I can beat the 9-10 of spades.
Yeah, I remember that. So I don't really know how that's going to affect Phil here. If he thinks that Roland is going to make a move on him.
Let me see.
Or if he thinks that Roland is going to be really
Not
tight
bad
and doesn't
enough
want to
for
look
us
stupid in
for
front of Phil again.
I guess I have to call.
Yeah.
See any snowmen around here?
4-8, huh?
At least that's a nice hand to lose to. You could have got more.
Wow. I tell you what, every time they build Phil up, the cards drag him down.
This time it's Goosack straddling.
Pocket 7s for Keith Morrow on the button.
Good morrow, good morrow.
There's still a third. How many people now?
Makes it 400.
17. Wow, that'd be sick if I came in 17th and made $2 grand.
Loose call. Loose call?
Loose call.
Like, how loose? Like 9-7 or?
No, that's Griff's 3-betting range against me.
2-7, only hand I win with.
Set of 7s for Morrow, flush draw for Goosack.
All right, 150.
Are we gonna get it all in on this flop? Nope. Oh, maybe.
Call.
Nope.
And we go to the turn. Morrow now quads up.
Oh, man.
Can you tell me what you're gonna do before you bet?
Goosack has no idea how much he does not want to see a spade.
Call.
A rapid call from Morrow. Let's go to the river.
Rapid call, but playing it slow.
Oh.
And a spade.
Sick. You're so sick. 28.75.
Call.
That and a snap call.
Oh.
And the flush loses the minimum.
28.75.
Steph, I hate to root against you, but I need him to get chips because I can't get him from you, but him, guaranteed.
Ace king, obviously, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, obviously. But that's the sort of thing, if you're gonna like.
I kind of thought he was bluffing the whole hand.
Well, he kind of was.
Yeah, I know, but then so I thought about flatting, but I thought it was much more likely to.
You're saying you had
There's so much money in the middle, isn't there? With,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. He's basically screaming.
He could have showed me aces, but so what? I'll get there.
Raise to 8.
I'll get there. Oh.
Call.
Actually, I better look for
It's a bit more expensive now. Level 3, that's a bit more.
Call.
He didn't lose a chip on the floor. I thought I saw one go.
I don't think so.
We're checking.
I don't think it did.
beg my pardon.
$18. Pass. $42. Cool. Check. $63. Cool. All in
I have quads.
and a call.
Oh, bloody hell. Wow. Can you imagine in the commentary box? Oh my God, what a cooler. Unbelievable. Andrew, that is so sick. That is so sick. God, that's so sick. God almighty. I thought you had the 9.
I thought you had a queen.
Yeah. Nice
Weird.
betting.
Thought they
Nice
both-
betting.
thought they both had a queen.
Really nice
What's
betting.
going on?
That's great betting with the quads, sir.
Huh?
It's great betting with the quads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are 25 and 50 in this no limit game. You can see the straddle in seed 5 is on, and so is the double straddle in seed 6.
Sick.
Wow, David just has so many chips.
So many.
Disgusting.
I might have less
It's
after
really
this
disgusting.
Less or
Actually,
more?
I actually have to root against you because you have too many chips. It's, kind of, it's just disgusting.
I'm 30 dimes. How much is that?
18 and a quarter.
Right? You're allowed to root against your friend if they have too many chips.
Look at this game is out of the muck. It's
Bart.
out of the muck.
Bart, big decision here, Bart.
Out of the
This could-
muck.
It's going to decide the rest of your night right here.
It's true.
I think if I'm Bart, I'm going to repop this. You want more money to go in when you're sure you have the best hand. If you call and miss the flop, it's a monster pot and you're in no man's land.
Now it's going to count. And then just call after all that. After all that.
Or you could just call. That's fine, too.
That is always one of the options.
Another small pot.
Over 5K in the middle pre-flop.
I'm gonna do the opposite of what Phil did. I'm gonna leave after just losing
Yeah,
half my stack.
I doubt
I'm
that.
I'm done. See ya.
Oh, sweet Lord above. Way. Come on. Is this real life?
Top pair, quads. This is about to get uglier than the basement scene from Inglorious B-Words. Also, Bart may have just called pre-flop for moments just like this. I forgot to mention the times you think you know where you're at, but you're actually in the eye of the storm, AKA reverse implied odds.
Wow. Only two callers.
Part of the night.
Still 3 ways to the turn. 12,000 in the middle. Oh my God, rip Bart Hansen. You hear that? That is literally death on the phone. Do not answer it. The call is coming from inside your own hand. $5,500 into the abyss. I'd like to say I think David can get away from this, but it looks like chips in his hand. He can get away from it. Well done. Nice fold.
What can you do?
You're all alone now, Bartholomew.
I'm all in.
I call.
Ace king.
Which one do you want to use? Which four? You're going to use one of them.
Wow. Just quads?
I think I'm drawing dead.
Ace king.
Yeah, we got to turn them over for the show, though.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Ace king.
Yep.
Wow.
I had ace jack. Wow.
Quad burgers.
Nice answer. Oh, just a $33,000 pot, that's all.
Holy.
If you're gonna lose, you might as well lose to flop quads. I mean, that's fun. That's a great time.
Hashtag death by quads.